Hello, my name is Marcus Morris, and I am author of the book, Lack and the Art of Deprogramming, a look at the universe from inside the human mind. So right now, we are up to chapter 7. It's called Fundamental Existence. And I dive deep into the concept of human existence within basically our universe, but even closer look into our existence within our solar system, and how that relates to our prime star, the sun. So let's start here with, from my observations, it seems to be true that we all are essentially part of our sun. Scientists have said that we are indeed made of stars. So, I'm a star, you are a star. We're all stars here. But I want to take this truth a bit further. All objects, this includes the planets and their moons, and all other bodies that revolve around the sun since its inception, are more like cool matter in its outer atmosphere, rather than separate entities unto themselves. This would include all living things native to the solar system, which includes you and I. So, it seems as if we're all part of the sun's outer atmosphere. We're living entities that incarnate onto the outer, cooler bodies of the sun's atmosphere, which is made up of its solar system, which makes up its solar system. And then we are like light incarnating into matter, which can be described as soul, to create this living entity, or to be this living entity we call human beings. We are self-aware light that is a product of the sun, of the stars. I went back and reread some of these things in my book, and I was blown away by just what I wrote, because sometimes I would write things down and they're not always ever present in my mind, in my memories. So just going back and reading this, I'm just like, whoa. It's kind of shocking to even think that we could be light beings that are from stars themselves, that are self-aware light beings. It's just incredible. So we seem to hold our present form to a science called cymatics, which is a science of vibration and sound frequency. So I've seen experiments done on YouTube where they take talcum powder, spread it over something like cellophane or a thin piece of plastic or paper, and kind of attach a sound to it, like you would see a drum vibrate, but this thing would vibrate to vowels like E, I, and O and U, and also sometimes Y. But yeah, also just simply to music, or to a dynamic interference frequency. So then you see forms and shapes change into objects. You see examples of what seems like a solar system with round objects going around a center body, like a sun, like planets going around a sun. You will see matter react in this way through the changing of a sound frequency. And when you see that happen on a subtle form, I couldn't even hardly imagine what's happening on the macro level. What's going on in the micro level is going on also in the macro level. There's also this Egyptian saying which says, so is above, so is below. So when you observe the micro features of the universe, it tends to be true about the macroverse. So we seem to be human beings seem to be more on the level of the macroverse, but the microverse is what controls the macroverse. The microverse controls the microverse. Everything is happening on subtle forms and subtle frequencies, and when we go in closer to observe these things, we can kind of get subtle truths about what's going on in the universe and the macroverse. And just so you guys know, I'm wearing this shirt from Stranger Things. I am not a Satanist. This is just I'm not a laundry. So do not go and say, oh, Marcus is a Satanist because he's wearing a shirt that says Hellfire Club. It's from a Stranger Things show where they were also accused of being Satanists, but they weren't. Neither am I. I don't give a fuck about the devil. Give a shit. So another one of the topics I wanted to kind of touch base on was evolution. So we see how species seem to change form and adapt to different environments through the billions and millions of years. One thing I was thinking about with that is when I was watching experiments with cymatics, that's how things change form based on frequency. So I was thinking that maybe the sun is putting out different frequencies, and that's when species change forms. So the species and the environment are changing form at the same time. So as the frequencies are changing, the species and environment are changing as well in unison, rather than saying, hey, we're adapting to stressors. What they call that? Survival of the fittest. There's a stressor, therefore I'm going to adapt. I don't think it really works that way, because that's also has to be another form of intelligence guiding that adaptation, because there has to be some sort of input for something to recognize that, hey, there's a stressor, let me adapt. But what is telling that something to adapt? Because it doesn't make sense unless there is some sort of algorithmic genetic input to cause an adaptational change to a species. Without that input, I don't see how it can happen. But my brain solves that by saying, hey, it changes together. The resonant frequency from its base star, let's say our sun, changes, and it puts out that frequency at the same exact time. Therefore, everything is changing at once. Nothing is really adapting to the other thing. Everything is just fitting together and evolving at the same time, evolving or devolving. It doesn't. I don't think those things are necessarily evolving or devolving. I don't think that's something the universe adheres to. I think what it adheres to is complexity of frequency and algorithm that goes out to the universe. And these algorithms are maybe analogous rather than digital, but it still reacts in the mathematical way. Also, another thing I was looking at with the universe is the Fibonacci sequence. So as you look at galaxies, look at hurricanes, look at pine cones, thumbprint, we see the Fibonacci sequence. It seems to go by this. It's not quite pi. I think pi is 1. Oh no, actually Fibonacci sequence is 1.68. I think pi is 3.16. So the 1.68, you get certain frequency of numbers that you see to come up all over nature and throughout the universe, and you see it in seashells as well, and just things everywhere, turtle shells, flowers, and it seems to obey this algorithm. So the universe does seem to have a mathematical system that it responds to, and these resonant frequencies influence, or just actually maybe the core of what this entire mathematical algorithmic system is. Well, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I will see you next chapter.